Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, so good, man.
All right,
Everything about that, so
testing.
good. It was really nice, and it was also one of those days I was having.
Pausing. Can you see me? Am I in focus? Can you hear me? Shedding everywhere. That's what we get for trying new things. Of course, now there's high schoolers outside. Great. Let me pull up my show notes. We can do this. Hello, and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a Crafty Puppy Interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and we have two very sleepy Iron and Audrey puppies with us today. This is the second time I am recording this podcast because we are in a new setup, as you can see. Therefore, everything must go wrong because that is just the podcasting rules. Right, bud? Great. So I will be re-recording most of the episode, and then the stash building section will be the original footage because there's no way I can recreate the emotion that I had for my stash building. So my face is slightly out of focus, as is the fiber, but it's still so beautiful and I'm not over it yet. So we have our tea and our Harry Potter mug. We have show notes. We have the camera much closer this time because I cannot see what's happening. We're gonna try this again. Yeah, bud? I have so much fiber like in and or around me. Before we get into the crafting yet again, I will be going over a couple of things that are coming up for Once Upon a Corgi Handmade, my hand-dyed yarn business. We will be vending at Connecticut Sheep and Wool April 27th, which is a Saturday, at the Tolland Agricultural Center in Verne, Connecticut from 9 to 4. I am super excited. It is our third year vending. It is their 110th year having a show, and it's one of my favorite shows to go to and to vend. It's super small, so you could easily do it in a day. Iron, if you knock that over, that's not nice. I have a roll of architecture paper that I use for tracing patterns out because I was doing some mock-ups yesterday, and Iron's trying to knock it over. What was I saying? Connecticut Sheep and Wool. I will be there again this year, and I'm super excited. All the information will be on the website, and we'll have links to everything below because I'm trying a new show notes setup. We'll see how this works. I hate doing this, so I'm not gonna do that. We will also be having a trunk show at the Make One Yarn Company out in Laverne, California. I sadly will not be there in person, but we are sending the yarn off for an adventure, and that will be from May 18th to 25th, I believe. So if you are in the area, stop by and squish some yarn in person. I am super excited to get some yarn over into their store. I love their Instagram account, and I hope to one day make it out there. I haven't been to the West Coast in like 15 years, so one day we'll make it back. And that's it for administrative stuff, so let us get into what I am wearing, which is also my finished objects for the week. And I am wearing the Magpie Tendancy Summer Top by Melissa from Shenanigans in my hand-dyed yarn, Once Upon a Corgi. The blue is Towers Over the Thames on the Isaac base, which is 100% superwash Polworth, and the gray contrast is Something Sinister on the ginger base, which is our our Superwash Merino Nylon Gold Stellina blend. I did everything exactly to pattern for the smallest size. I did not lengthen or add anything to it, and I love it. I did block it yesterday, so I have some harsh blocking lines going on, but that's fine. I love it so much. I think it's going to be the perfect layering piece. I've got some bandeaus to wear underneath it. I think it's going to look really nice for like a beach cover up because I do live near the beach and I do love going to the beach. Yes, I can't wait. I used less than 100 grams for the top and less than 20 grams for the contrast color. So this is what I have left over for it. It is the perfect 1 to 1.5 skein of that special something that you know you want a sweater of, but you could only get 1 skein of it. Ugh, so nice. It looks very deceiving while knitting it. It was so small before blocking, but it's blocked out beautifully and I'm obsessed a little bit. The other thing I am wearing is the York Pinafore. I'll stand up a little bit, or at least try to. I know you're not gonna be able to see much. By Helen's Closet. The only thing I changed was I did inseam pockets instead of the pockets that go on top. And I think it does add a little bit of width to my hips, but I don't have large hips anyway, so it's fine. I did do a just a cotton bias that I made for the bias facing. And I did version B, which has the lower scoop neck. So the scoop neck kind of comes down to about here. Yeah, comes down a little bit lower. But I have been pairing it with my Agnes top, with the perfect crop top, the Chuck pullover. I just threw on a regular long sleeve shirt the other day and wore it with it. I also did the shorter version, so it's about mid-thigh. Maybe a little bit less on me, and I did an invisible hem on my machine for it. I did serge all the insides. I have no insides to show you at this moment. I thought about doing French seams, but I wanted the inseam pocket, so serging was it. And the next one I have, I believe, is out of a more knit fabric, so I might not need to finish the ends, but we will take a look. I do plan on doing the outside pockets for that one. That will be another week. So those are my finished objects and what I am wearing. Next week I'm going to go into the sewing more because I did do a affordable fabrics trip with my friend Sam, and I have cut out a couple things and sewn a couple things, but I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of knitting time this week. Oh, don't lick me, you weirdo. So next week will be very sewing heavy. That way we have content for you. On to what I've been working on. I've been working on a couple things, a little of this, a little of that. Oh, I'm gonna go in order of last time. So it has had significant progress since I last showed you because it's been a little while since I've talked about them, is my vanilla socks. I'm knitting these out of the Zauberball in Oktoberfest, or in the Oktoberfest colorway, and I'm using a contrasting color for cuffs, heels, and toes, but I don't know where the ball band is for it. And it's sort of falling apart in my bag. So there's the contrasting. These were sent to me by Becky from the Soprano Knits podcast, and dear friend and birthday twin. So I just think of her when I knit on these. They have been my car socks, my errand socks, and mostly Pokemon hunting socks when Jake and I go Pokemon hunting, and knit on these between battles because we're adults, as you know. I'm knitting these on a 2.25 millimeter high regulars, 64 stitches, and we are about halfway through the foot, I want to say. Maybe closer to a third, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not measuring, I'm just going. They've been on my needles since at least October. I was working on one of them in November at my friend's wedding. I'm ready for these to be off my needles. I did a regular 2x2 rib for the cuff. Words are failing me. And an extra long leg. I have not tried these on. I don't know how long these are gonna go up my leg before hitting calf. I don't have large calves, but I don't think my calves are this skinny. It just sort of turned into a, oh, I'm knitting forever, and now I have to put a heel in. But thus is socks. I have no sock mojo still. I'm hoping my future sock plans will kick it up a little bit, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much. And this is living in my hand-embroidered Corgi bag that I love so much. I believe Misty Mountain Maid sent this to me, and it's the best walking knitting bag ever. We've now been going on a ton of walks. We are fiber everywhere. Trying to, because Iron has 6 more pounds to lose. 4 pounds down. We're getting there. You're doing good. But it's hard to walk 2 dogs and knit at the same time. It's not fun. The other thing that has been getting a lot of attention is my Lobelia cardigan. This is a pattern by Meghan Fernandes from Pom Pom issue 4, I believe. You were just asleep while I was editing the last footage, and now you're awake. Yes, very much so. I'm in the middle of a row, but that's fine. What? Can I do this? Can I live? You have to get the tennis ball if you want me to show them again. Yes, you do. Yeah. Yeah. Go get it. Stop trying to talk over me. I am knitting this out of Vine Yarns in her Outlander colorway. I hope this is in focus this time. On her Narwhal base, which is a 70-20-10 superwash BFL silk and cashmere. So it is super luxurious, and it's got this beautiful shine to it, and it's so squishy, and I cannot wait to live in this thing. I'm knitting it on size 4. The pattern was written in a lace weight on size 5, and I'm doing it on a fingering weight on size 4. It's what my gauge said, and it was the fabric I liked best. So here we are. I hope this is in focus this time. It uses this lace pattern on the raglan increase spots, and it is in reverse stockinette, and I'm so excited for it. The colors are beautiful. It's knitting up so amazing. It's such an enjoyable knit. I've been working on it at Knit Group, and I've only had to tink back like 2 times, which is fine. It will be a cropped 3/4 sleeve cardigan that I 100% plan on pairing with my tulle skirt, because obviously everything in my wardrobe from now on must match that skirt, because that is the capsule wardrobe that I want. That is the goal. Tulle skirts only. I am alternating skeins, back to real. So we have this terribly caked version and a nice, I don't know what happened to this poor thing. Yep, it is a indie hand-dyed yarn, so I am alternating it. Even though they do look pretty similar, I did not want to risk it. And I have a feeling I'm going to be able to get this out of close to 1 skein because it is a fingering weight. And it's me, but why risk having half of your sleeve be a completely different color? So this has been not the majority of my knitting time, but a good chunk of it. It goes by pretty quick. I only have 2 more flower motifs to go until I have to separate for the sleeves, and then it's going to be pretty simple, just back and forth, knit and purls for a little bit because it's cropped. Ugh, I love it so much. I just can't get over these colors. I do like that it's in the reverse stockinette. I didn't realize that when I picked the pattern because I don't look at things that closely, apparently. But I'm super excited for it. And this is living in my Madder Root bag because once one thing goes out of it, another must go in. That is the Madder Root rule, right? Right? The last thing that I've been working on and has been taking up most of my time, scoot things around, is a relatively secret project. I did the first 3 months of, ooh, I hope I'm not shaking the camera. The first 3 months of this year, I did the Dragons Yarn Club. So January, February, and March. We released 3 different dragons from movies or books. And about halfway through dyeing them, I realized I wanted to design a shawl out of them. So I'm not gonna show you the shawl because I think I might do a mystery knit along with it when I release it. But I will show you the dragon colors since the last one is being released on Monday. So if you see it a couple days early on here, it's not gonna matter. It's been in people's hands for at least a month now. So color 1 was Norberta from Harry Potter, or Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback. Color 2 was, or month 2 was Saphira from Aragon. And month 3 is Draco from Dragonheart, which is one of my favorite movies. So my plan is to use these 3 in a shawl, and it's been a challenge, but it's been super exciting and rewarding seeing it come together. I think it lends itself really well to a mystery knit along. The plan is to release it for September when these guys go public. So then I think in August I'll put up pre-order sales for the whole kit. So then you can get them for September for the shawl release. I'm super excited. It's been really difficult. It's been a lot of math, which is not my strong suit. Neither is designing really. Like, I want it to be the thing, I just don't know how to make it be the thing. So it's been super rewarding, and I just love these colorways so much, all together, on their own. I can't wait. And I am designing it on the 3 different bases as they came out. So Norberta, which is the chartreusey green with bits of brown and gray speckles, is on the Isaac base, which is Polworth. Saphira, which is the dusty blue with bits of purple and reds and blacks, is on the Penny base, which is merino cashmere nylon. And Draco, which is this sandy neutral with golds and reds and black speckles, is on Marie Cutie, which is Corriedale nylon. And all the yarn clubs are going to be on different bases, so not everything's going to be on just these 3 bases. But I'm super excited about it. I want to say 2/3 of the way done. I just have, as you can tell, this has not been touched yet. Everything else has been broken into. So we just have the one 1 or 2 sections left to do, and then start getting it written up and sent out to tech editors and get some test knitters going. I'm super excited. So keep an eyeball out. I might do a call for test knitters in like May or June. And yeah, I'm super excited. And I was living in my Christmas Once Upon a Corgi bag that I made years ago, but it's always Christmas time, / it was the only bag that fit all 3 skeins comfortably that I had. So that's what I've been working on. I have been doing some sewing, but I will talk about that next week. And I do have some sock plans in the works because Game of Thrones is starting up on Sunday and it is the final season. And I don't know if I'm ready. I'm not sure I can talk about it right now. I'm just so excited. And to pull me through that, I'm going to cast on a pair of socks. Try and jumpstart my sock mojo. I think if I just have a pair of socks that I can only work on while watching Game of Thrones or Outlander, then I will associate very happy or heartbreaking things with the socks. So this could backfire real quick. We'll see how the season goes. My plan is to cast on the Simple Skype Socks by Adrian Koo. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I hope I'm saying your name right. And I'm going to be knitting them as man socks for my dad. So I dyed up this color on my iron base, which is my BFL tweed base. It is a gray, maroonish, reddish tonal. I did not write down the recipe. I have no idea what I did. I was just playing around. I wanted something that would show off a pattern but not be too dark, but also not be like pink for him. I've only knit my dad 1 pair of socks. So it's time to knit him another pair of socks. Maybe starting with man socks is not the best way to jumpstart my sock mojo, but that's what we're gonna do. We'll find out. I might cast on a pair of Into the World socks too, just to kind of do a palette cleanser, but all I want to do is knit sweaters. So my plan is to cast these on. I think I'm gonna cast on the cuff tonight. My plan is to use a size 1 or 1.5. I might use a 1 because I knit Jake a pair of socks in a tweed base on 1.5. And now he's got a hole in his toe. So maybe I just need a little bit denser of a fabric. So that is my plan with these guys. The pattern looks pretty simple. Simple enough that I can do while watching an intense TV show, but not so simple that I'm just going to be bored and not want to work on them. Fingers crossed. And that will be in my Mad Root bag. So if I can get a TV show I love, a bag I love, an addicting sock pattern, I think that's the perfect equation for getting sock mojo back. And that is what I've been crafting and planning on crafting. Well, I have lots of plans for lots of things, but we have to cast some stuff off, bind some stuff off. I need a nap. Check my show notes. Once again, I did not start a timer. What am I doing? So I do have some stash building, and I'm going to insert the previous clip in here to go through that because this fiber was just too good. Oh, spoilers. We do have a stash building section this week. I don't know. I have a thing to rest my hands on this time. I did mention over the past couple weeks how I am on a no yarn buying until 60% of this wedding is paid for / saved up. Still trying to figure out how to adjust that. I mean, we're at like 43%, so that's pretty good. We're getting there. But I did not put a damper on my fiber buying, which could be a mistake. I think I'm going to have to do that. But I did order the Electric Eel Nano from the Kickstarter, so that's coming in soon. And you can't have a new wheel come in and not have new fiber to go with it. So I did the only logical thing and buy some classy Squid fiber. I bought 2 things and she sent me a little baby. So this is, she sends a little sample with all of her things, or all of her orders. So this is a little sample that I got this time. I haven't opened it yet. Don't know what it is, but it's super cute. I did, however, buy her Illyrian Wings fiber from her Court of Thorns and Roses collection because I couldn't help myself. I was hoping to get a sweaters quantity, but there was only 2 left, so I bought her out, and I think next time I see her, I'm just gonna take the shelf. If she's got any more of these, I'm just gonna put them all in a basket and buy them. So please stop me if you see me doing that. For the love of God, just stop me. They are 2-ounce little bumps, and take it out of the plastic. I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet. Which one have I opened? I've opened one just to squish it. It came in the mail on a day I went up to my parents' house. So I got the notification it got delivered and I was on the highway and I'm like 4 miles away from my house, so I turned around and picked it up. I have no regrets. Oh, it's so nice. So it is a mix of Corriedale fleece, Polworth, mulberry silk, Muga silk, silk noil, and Angelina. Oh, stop. Audrey, do you see this right now? I'm dying. And it is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a bad idea. I have to work today. I shouldn't have opened this. Oh no. So my plan is to spin this and do a sport or fingering weight and try and make a cropped sweater or cardigan out of it. Obviously I will have to pair it with something else, but that's fine. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, but it's this natural brown, black color base with these strips of red going through them. Oh my goodness, stop. Audrey, it's that beautiful. Are you crying because it's so beautiful? I can't. Oh my, this is a bad idea. What was I thinking? Opening this up. Oh, and it's got these little locks of, this is perfect. This is wings in a fiber bat. There's gonna be so much fiber in my coffee and I don't even care. I don't know if I can spin this. It's too beautiful. I regret nothing. Okay. I'm gonna need a moment with this. Stop. It's perfect. I can't. Okay, we have to put this away. So my plan is to, I think I'm gonna spin this on my regular wheel. I have the Bluebonnet Honey and Ply just because I know how it works, and I think I'm gonna ply it on the electric eel. I do have some Shetland fiber and some Romney fiber that are set aside to learn on the electric eel. I don't know how she did this or made it so beautiful or got it to stay in this teeny little bag. To practice, I don't know if I can wait that long to be competent in my electric wheel spinning skills to spin this up, but at the same time, I might just buy her out and cover myself in this and die. Just smother me in Corriedale. I regret nothing. Oh my god, it's perfect. Would it be too much to just like snuggle this and reread the whole series? Is that weird? Have I gone too far? No, I haven't gone far enough. Ugh, Audrey, I know, it's beautiful. I can't even. So that is my purchase. I regret nothing. I'm calling it my birthday treat to myself. I was going to buy bumblebee fabric for my birthday, but I think this was a better idea. I'm never gonna be able to get this back in the bag. Nope, I don't have that kind of skill. Oh, it's beautiful. She has, she also had tiny, what did she have? Morgana and tiny something. Tiny Evil One, and I think there was one left of Tiny Evil One, and it was this red and gray base. I almost got it to do a contrast color with this, but I might have some other colors in mind for a contrast color for this. Oh, I'm so excited. I did have a think of doing, if I can get enough to do the base of a cardigan, Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Studios has released her Hogwarts A History pattern, and I might do a cardigan version of that and just do a yoke of some Harry Potter symbols, like super low key, but it may, I don't know yet. I don't know. It's got to be a crop top because that'd be night courtly. I can't. Oh my god, I was not expecting this reaction. I'm not apologizing. I'm just really in love with this. Just want to carry it around like a small gift to my soul. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, what was I talking about? So that's my stash building. I don't have a huge fiber stash and I would like to get it down. I think it's time to spin everything I have and then start collecting new things. I do have plans for all my fiber. I have 3 braids set aside to do a night shift cowl. If I have enough patience to spin everything else, I think I could turn it into a night shift shawl, which would be which would be amazing because I love giant shawls. I'm gonna put treats in that after we podcast. Open this little baby. Oh, it's so cute. Does it say what it is? No. And here's the little baby one. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, that's definitely Angora or cashmere or something in there. I think Angora. I think that's what she uses. That is soft. Merino maybe? No, she doesn't use a lot of merino. It's so baby. Oh, I love it. All right, I apologize once again for how out of focus that was, but that was me opening up this fiber, which is still sitting right here for the first time, and you can't recreate that magic. That's love at first sight, if I've ever seen it. It's just so beautiful, bud. So beautiful. Is your head so heavy? That's where all the weight is, Mom. Don't let them fool you. It's not, I'm not overweight. It's my head. There are so many tennis balls behind this grid wall, and I need the, oh. All right, the rest of this will be shop update news and beyond crafting. So if you're not here for any of that and just want to see what I am working on, thank you so much for watching, and let us continue into the shop update stuff, which I have to grab again. The shop update will be you're shaking the table, bud. We'll be having a shop update tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Once Upon a Corgi, and I hope you guys can make it. The regular colorways that will be going up in the shop tonight, we will be having 2 spring colorways going up on the Ginger, Isaac, and Penny base, and that is Palace of Dreams, which is our Versailles inspired colorway. It's beautiful cream with speckles of blues, greens, wines, and a little bit of gold. And this was inspired by the Versailles, Palace of Versailles / the TV show, which has a new season out. And to go with that, we have dyed up on the same basis Liberries Volume 1, which is beautiful tonal deep sage with bits of purple and like a deep wine color. I love it so much. So excited. So Tara from Crystal Tea Knits sent me a copy of her new Anne of Green Gables sock pattern. I'm blanking on the name. Marley's Raspberry Cordial. Marla's Raspberry Cordial. And she used Palace of Dreams and Liberries Volume 1 to design them. And I believe she's doing a second pair, but like reversed. So main color Liberries, contrast Palace. So I thought it would be a perfect time to dye these guys up for it. And they're just so springy to me. And I haven't dyed them in a while. Yay! So those will be the regular colorways, and we are introducing 3 new colorways in a new collection today. I'm super excited, and that is the Till Death collection. So these are all of the colors inspired by all this wedding planning. It's not like the wedding colors because I don't know what that means or why. So yeah, but each color is inspired by a different aspect of our wedding. I'm not going to say what is what yet because I'm not totally sure, but it's mostly off of the decorations, the colors that sort of inspired everything, and the venue. So we will have Earl Grey, which is this soft gray with bits of lavender, mauve, and green speckles and little bits of like pops of pink. We have Ravishing, which is this deep burgundy red tonal with little bits of like red and purple speckles. And Hearth, which is this neutral brownish tonal with speckles of blues, reds, purples, and almost black, so dark brown. I love it so much. So these will be out in single skeins. After Connecticut Sheep and Wool, I'm going to be doing kits with them, and I 10,000% have at least 1 sweater planned in these guys, if not 100. But at least 1 will have all 3 of these colors, and I can't wait. I just need the pattern to be released. I'm so excited for these. I cannot wait. And all proceeds will be going to a good cause, the wedding fund. Thank you for helping us feed our giant families. And again, that'll be 6 p.m. tonight. Usually I try and get the podcast out a little bit sooner, but recording problems. Huzzah! I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get these into some kits. I cannot, I just can't. I can't. Ooh. I'm gonna put these back. This is the 5th time I'm recording this. We will be having wild skeins up in the ravishing color on Marie Cutie because in some of the skeins there is one tiny knot from the cone. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they sent me a cone with knots in it, but it turned out that as I was winding up skeins, each skein happened to have one knot in it. It's annoying, but it happens. There's about a sweater's quantity of them, I think 5 or 6 skeins. They are 2 different dye lots, but they are pretty similar since they are the end testing of the ravishing color. So the only thing is that there is that one single knot in them, but if you can get past that, they will be on a discount because that is not the usual standard I put up for my skeins. Again, that is 6 p.m. tonight at onceuponacorgi.com. So with that, we're going to do Beyond Crafting for the umpteenth time, which is even worse because we don't have a lot of stuff to talk about because we haven't been doing that much. And the dogs probably think I'm insane now. Don't know why the camera's not recording this all the way through. I hit the record button, it starts, and then it stops as soon as I sit down. Beyond Crafting, we have not been doing a ton to talk about. We have a lot of shows we are very excited to see. We have watched the latest 2 seasons of Game of Thrones to get ready for the final season premiere this Sunday, which, as much as I love Jake, I may abandon him for because he is working. And if you leave me here alone, I will watch it. I can't promise I'll watch it with him. Don't know if I'm that strong. But we have our sock ready to go once we cast it on. We have Johnny White Walker in the freezer being chilled, ready to go. And I told Jake if he cannot find Game of Thrones Oreos by tonight, he's not allowed home, which I think is a reasonable request. We have the Outlander latest season that we need to watch still. I think I'm just going to have a good binge on it during the, not during the dye sessions, but like after I finish dyeing for the day for Connecticut Sheep and Wool. That will be my treat. I'm very excited for that. Versailles has a new season out on Netflix. I am very excited about that. I've seen half of an episode, but then I got too inspired to start sewing court dresses, so I had to take a little bit of a break because that is not in the agenda at this moment. And that is basically it. I have been reading Lord John and the Surprising Guest, I think is what it's called. That's not right. That's not right at all. But a little bit, not a ton. I did get the first 2 books of A Court of Thorns and Roses for my birthday. So thank you, Danielle. I think I'm going to pick up the 4th book and 3rd book this weekend to complete the series. So I have them all in hardcover and then read the 4th book and obsess over them and weep into my fiber. Not into my fiber. Snuggle my fiber, probably while weaving. We'll see. And just a lot of wedding stuff. It's sort of go time. I'm giving us until August to get every major thing done, booked, set, collected, ready to go. So that way September, October, and November, which is a huge fiber season, as we know as knitters, we're not trying to also prep for like New England Fiber Festival while also trying to put together centerpieces. It's a lot, but June, July, and August tend to be the slower months for the fiber community because it is so hot in the northern hemisphere that I think that'll be a good time to get the bulk of what we need to get done finished and ready to go. It's gonna put my mind at ease. It's gonna put our wallets at ease. I think that's the best way to do it. So with that, I am going to now officially not dye the first skein yarn club today like I wanted to because it's now like 3:30. Is it? Tell me it's not. Just kidding. It's only 2:45. Perfect. Maybe we'll get 1.5 colors done. I was hoping to get the whole club, all 3 months, dyed today, but that's not going to happen. It's too late now. So I think I may call it a dye day, dye everything on Sunday, and just work on our pattern tonight. This is the life I chose. You wanted a podcast. You chose this. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for watching, supporting the shop, supporting the podcast, continuing to come back every week, and we will see you with a ton of sewing stuff next week. Bye.